My special guests today are Alex Gomez and Natalia Teague, two students from Northeast Vocational High School in Wakefield. And the reason why I asked them on the show today is because their major is culinary arts. And I have a very strong affinity to that school because for 31 years I was in the field of education at Northeast. And I know how much they do in your culinary arts program. Now, Alex and Natalia are both juniors.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask Alex, why did you ultimately pick culinary?
Well, when I was growing up, I always cooked with my grandmother. And then we used to bake too. We used to bake cookies and, well, basically everything.
It sort of brings back a little deja vu in what my grandchildren are doing with me now, and it'll be nice if they remember that someday as well. But how are you going to incorporate this in the future, and what are your future plans?
Well, I want to go to college for 2 years for psychology and get a bachelor's degree. But then I want to be a waiter, like as a side job. And then maybe in the future, once I get financially secured, open my own business and stuff like that. So
really?
Yeah,
and I know that you mentioned behind the scenes to me that you like working the front end.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something that you feel you're very personable and you can. I have seen your talents creatively, as the audience will, the viewers will, in a short while. Natalia.
Hi.
Hi. What is, now I know that you're a server at a local restaurant because that's how we initially met. And what prompted you to begin a career in culinary arts at this age?
Well, ever since I was little, I cooked with my dad. My dad's been a cook for maybe 30 years since he was little. Wow. So he knows a lot of stuff about cooking and baking, so I learned a lot from him. And then I went there and I liked the shop, so.
What do you think you might do now when you eventually leave Northeast?
I want to stick with my job I have now and maybe find something else. Or when I get out, I want to try to get money up, saved, to open a bakery.
Really? Now, did you also mention to me at some point that you wanted to go to college?
Yes, I want to go to college for business.
So that would be a good beginning into opening an establishment.
Yeah.
So as you see, these two young people have some wonderful goals. They have another year to go, but they will be graduating with a vocational certificate and a high school diploma. 2, academic and vocational, which is terrific. Today, we are going to be making, rolling, and creating fondant. It's that wonderful, sugary candy that people love making molds with on cakes. And Alex and Natalia have done a lot of hard work in preparing for this show. I would like to show you a little sample cake that they prepared. So this cake is just a beginning to what you will see are the creative efforts of these two students. The bow, the hat, the florals, and this was our experimental stage. And then we went on to more intricate patterns. So why don't we go over to the work table, and if you are interested in knowing the ingredients for fondant, just look on the screen right now. There are just a few simple ingredients for you to follow. And we will be reviewing them again as we go to the work table. First, I'd like to show you the 4 ingredients that are being used. We have in front of us here some mini marshmallows, 10 ounces, and then we have some confectioner sugar, which is 1 pound. And Alex uses the shortening on the board and on his hands.
So it doesn't stick yet.
Right, so it doesn't stick. And the water, 2 tablespoons, and of course this is microwaved, as you'll see on the ingredients and the recipe online. So that's it. And now I just want to take this away so that you will be able to see what Natalia and Alex will be doing. And Alex is working and rolling
keep this on the
out.
side.
Sure,
Okay.
you're
Yep.
rolling out the fondant now. He made the mixtures, so ordinarily you would have had confectioner
Yep.
sugar.
If I was making it from scratch, I would put the shortening on top, the cutting board so it wouldn't stick.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So.
But
But
you
now
don't need it.
I don't need sugar or the shortening because it's already made.
I noticed when you turned it over, it was very easy.
Yeah.
So this I'll put back here, but at least the folks know that it's something that can
Yeah.
be used. And Natalia is working on making some fondant pieces in preparation for the marshmallow treats that are going to be wrapped in a few minutes. But what we have here, so you go on and do your thing, but do you have to make it a certain thickness?
Yeah. You want it a centimeter or half a centimeter.
Okay.
Because if it's too thick, it's gonna taste like chunky, and you don't want that. So you want it nice and thin.
Okay, when you say a half a centimeter, you talking like a quarter, a 16th, or an eighth?
Quarter or more.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Because
know the full.
right,
Yeah.
right. Now we do have a cake here that has been frosted,
Yep.
so that before you put fondant on anything,
Always frosted.
always frosted.
Always frosted.
So
Yep.
that's ready
So
over there.
So it could stick nicely on it.
Right.
Mhm.
And we're doing just a white fondant today because all the other items on the cake are going to be colorful. Now, how do you figure out the measurement to drape it over the cake?
You want to double the height and double the width.
Okay.
And so you want it nice and big. It's okay if it's even a humongous shape, as long as it has a circular shape,
Right.
it'll fit. Because you're gonna roll out the wrinkles anyway, so
Okay.
it's not gonna be hard.
Natalia, why don't you just bring the cake on the cardboard itself over to the front here? We don't need the base, and that can go right front here,
I
maybe
think
right there.
that's good. That's about like a
Yeah.
quarter of an inch thick. So
Right.
now Natalia's gonna help me. She's gonna put it on the bottom, and then I'm gonna lift it.
Do you usually
Slowly.
roll it over the rolling pin, or you don't need to when two
Oh, we
people?
don't need to.
Okay.
And if it rips, it's okay because
You
it's a
kinda
lot bigger than.
Right.
Cut that off anyways. I'll put this on the cutting board for you.
Yeah. Okay, ready? Okay. Drape it over.
I
And
say
it's
move it
okay.
over to your cutting
Yeah.
board now. It'll be easier.
Yeah, a lot easier. Okay.
Good.
Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this kind of motion, back and forth, and we're gonna push the wrinkles down into the board, to the bottom of the board. And then we're gonna go all around. And then keep on going down and kind of pull the, or rip it, either one.
Right. But I see how it's smooth.
Yeah, it's
it
smooth.
clings right to the cake.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Boy, you really gave yourself ample.
Yeah. And once all the wrinkles are out, you want it a little tucked underneath the cake too.
Okay.
So we can cut it easy. And we could use this to flatten the top out
Uh-huh.
on the sides.
Right. Now, how do you mend that tear? You're just going to put a piece. You're going to put a piece on it. Okay.
Push that down.
I see. You know, I also read where if, and I mentioned that to you, like, and there aren't really any bubbles. That is beautiful.
Yep, and you could pop it with a pin.
Pop it, yeah.
And
pop
just
it with
smooth
a
it
pin.
out, yep.
That's
It's
excellent.
pretty easy to work with
You just-
fondant, actually.
Little pin, flatten it, and droop, goes right down.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks great.
Push that down. Okay, now it's time to cut. You don't want it too close though.
Really?
Because we're gonna frost the bottom, or we're gonna put decorations around it.
Right.
So that's just gonna cover it up. I'd rather it have a little extra,
Yeah, that's true.
just
yeah.
in case, you know.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh my. Look at all that fondant. That's beautiful. Great.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So now the next step is for Natalia
Yeah.
to show how we do those marshmallow treats. Okay?
I already have some shapes here
Okay.
of marshmallow treats, just to show the different things you can make with them.
Mm-hmm.
Put this on the board.
And I found that I was playing with a few ends that I broke off, and I could squeeze them together
Yeah, they're very easy to work with.
and make, you know, my own little shapes. But go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so you can use whichever cutter you want for whatever the occasion is.
Now, see, you're using a metal one. I noticed that these, the plastic, didn't work as well.
No,
But
they're very hard,
right. Oh, that's great.
and then you can just wrap it with whatever color you want. The fondant.
And you made it nice and thin. Okay. So, can I try this one?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm gonna put frosting on this one, and you can see
you
the
take
difference.
and cut. You know, I'm going to use a scissors. I find it's much easier. Okay.
This is all covered.
Good. All right, so I've got this one shaped and covered. There's this, the diamond. Where would you like this to be?
Anywhere on the cake.
Okay, so that will be for that. We have other shapes, and
This is the one with the
Wow.
frosting on it.
yep,
Shows a little bit of a difference.
that's beautiful.
It makes it a
Wow.
lot smoother when you put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it won't show the marshmallow treats through it. So.
Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of frosting.
Oh.
That's okay. How many times do we drop things in the kitchen, right? A lot. All right, so just the top part you did?
Yep.
Okay. And this, maybe I'll just roll this while you're doing that. Okay. This. There. Oh, that's nice, yeah. It's
like
the
that.
thickness of the fondant from the cake. And I think we have enough. We're showing the folks how to do it, and now we have all these other shapes,
Yeah.
like so. And on this one, I didn't even cover the back
Yeah.
part.
Yep. I
The
didn't put
marshmallow
mine
treats
either.
show. This one is totally covered. And this was just squeezing together,
Yeah.
you know, a creative piece.
Perfect.
Then this.
Do you want to put them on with frosting or water?
Frosting.
Frosting? All
It'll
right.
stick better.
Put them on the back of this.
And then, do we have another little scraper? Yeah.
Little scraper.
Yeah. That's what I call it.
Alex and Natalia, I saw also online that if they wanted to become sophisticated, they could have a gel that's made of cornstarch, water, and corn syrup. But the water does just as well.
Yeah, it does. But the only thing about the water is as long as it's little small things like the letters, it would be fine with. But big blocks like this,
Right.
You want the frosting, so
I agree,
thicker.
yeah.
Mhm.
And there you go. Excellent.
Beautiful. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna put the triangle right next to the block. I wanna see how that goes. The cool thing about it is you can make up things as you go along. It's any way you want it.
That's right.
Mhm.
I had all the confidence in the world in
Yeah.
knowing that you'd know how to do some of these things.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
now I understand when you're
Yeah.
in your shop,
Mhm.
you do baking,
Yeah.
but not necessarily fondant.
We
No.
do mostly pastries, but
Like
not
apple
cake
turnovers
decorating
and stuff like
a
that.
lot.
Right.
That's just one of our hobbies.
Uh-huh, I know.
We
yeah.
like that.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Beautiful. It's an abstract creation.
And this is the kid cake, so it's okay if it looks like kids did it. You know?
I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
a child's delight.
Yeah. And most of the time, it's gonna be a little kid doing it anyway.
It's interesting you say that because
Yeah.
I have relatives visiting from overseas and their children are in
Yeah, it'd be
workshops.
fun to do this.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
And they went and bought them fondant and they bought them molds
cool.
because that's what little kids are doing today.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing when you started out as a kid because it's something you want to grow up and do because you see your parents or your family doing it.
Right. And where you said your dad has been in the business for years, and I know your mom is also affiliated with the food industry,
Yeah.
and it's great.
I'm gonna start putting letters on some of the blocks.
Already
Good.
started that.
Are you required to wear your uniforms in class?
Yep.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Anything that you would do in a normal bakery, we have to do in shop.
Yep.
That's
And-
part of the learning process.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Are you also servers in their restaurant?
Yep.
Yep.
Freshman and sophomore year,
Uh-huh.
we're servers. And then junior
gotta
and senior year,
switch.
we cook and focus more on baking.
Ah, I see. Oh, so you have a lot of baking to look forward to.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm in the bakery this semester.
And I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah, and she's in the kitchen. And we switch off half of the year.
Now, can we get the cake up on the stand
Yep.
just to maybe show it a little bit easier? Okay, and put it right out here. How's that?
Okay.
Wow,
Beautiful.
nice job. My goodness gracious. Huh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to go, we have to clean this up
Okay.
and we have to go on to another
Yep.
activity. Well, now I'm going to have a lesson in
Yeah.
rosettes and leaves. Okay, so I want you to show me how to
Yeah.
make a neat rose.
Well, they're pretty easy. All you got to do is get a cutter, and then you just cut out about 6 circles.
Okay,
And then we're going to roll them into different shapes.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you do your
Yeah,
cutouts and
okay.
then I'll cut mine out so that I can follow you.
I'm gonna,
Okay, you're going to do a blend.
Yep, I'm going to do a blend.
Okay.
Put
I'll
that one
see
in the
how it-
middle.
Yeah,
The
I'm
one
gonna,
pink one.
yeah, just, I'm going to have extras, but, so here you go.
Okay, and we need a covering. I frosted a cupcake, like you said,
Yep,
and I made it a peak,
yep.
so that, and it's pretty dry right now. So I'm just going to take this, but it's thick. Natalia, could you just like roll it out a little bit so I can get it over there? And this, so you said 6 or 7?
Whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. But
Okay.
usually 6 would
6.
be a good roll.
And what do I do to begin?
You're gonna start off with, you're gonna flatten it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna loop it. And then like a little peak like that.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
And then you're gonna take this, just flatten it out just a little bit more.
Flatten. Yep.
And then you're gonna take it, you're gonna attach it,
Okay.
and you're gonna kind of bend it so it has a nice little curve.
Okay.
Perfect. And then you're just gonna keep on doing that all the way around
Okay.
until
Now,
you start forming.
Natalia, you make the covering, and if you have to, cut around where there is no more frosting. So press it
Yep,
and shape it.
yep.
Okay.
And every time you do it, squeeze the bottom of it so
Uh-huh.
they're held tightly together.
Okay.
And then you're gonna form the shape again, kind of like a U shape.
Okay.
You're gonna pinch the bottom and push out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's coming out nice.
Yeah.
Pinch and push.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yep. Perfect.
And so as you see, Natalia is
Yeah.
trimming the topping. We have a yellow top, pink, variety of pink rosettes.
Yep.
Okay, and mine is just about done. So what should I do to this long stem here that I have?
You're gonna cut off the excess
Okay,
fondant.
okay. About like so?
Yep.
Okay. And so that's my, now do I adhere it to the top with water?
Yes. You could use water frosting, but this time we're gonna use water.
Okay. And so somehow or other I think it should be shorter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And take the water and press it in,
Yep.
like so. Okay, now what I would like is to have, while you're making more rosettes, I'd like you to show me how to make some leaves.
Okay. Well, I wanted to cut a strip so I know approximately size-wise how big I want my leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do anything major. I'm going to leave the tip at the top for the top of the leaf and then kind of fold these in.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. Wow, okay, so let me give it a try. Like so.
And then I'm going to just cut the bottom.
So you take, like a diamond, and you take and squeeze it in the middle, like so, and pinch it, and there are, wow, two,
Pretty easy.
yeah, and just snip it, right?
Yep, I cut mine just so there was one.
Okay, and dip them. Wow, beautiful. That is so easy. Wow. Now there's one down. Beautiful.
Make sure your board's not wet because when the fondant gets on it, it's gonna stretch.
Just hand me that
Yeah.
little cupcake.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, I want to see how easy it is to cut around. So even though it's a dry frosting, it tends to adhere to the fondant adheres to it rather nicely.
I'm gonna frost another cupcake, so
Okay.
we could do it.
This looks cute.
Show
Here's
the
the
viewing
frosting.
audience how it's like
Here it
peaks.
is. Yep.
This. Okay, so I will take your blossom, but I'll cut it.
There we go.
This, wow, great. And are you going to make another leaf, or would you like me to?
I'll make it.
Okay, thank you. And you can put it on that one.
That looks pretty. I like
It
that.
does. It really does. And do you need some more petals?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I blend it?
Yeah, sure. That'll look cool. Like a camo color. Or
Yeah.
pink.
Sort of have
Yeah.
dark on the edges and light. But here's 1,
Okay.
2, 3. So you've got just, you said 6. This. The board's a little bit sticky.
Yeah.
Should I add
Flour. That'll get
Yeah.
rid of that. Yeah.
confectioner sugar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Wow.
This.
Okay.
Okay, there's your, it's a variety of shades. There. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 6. Oh, an
Yep.
extra.
Perfect.
Okay. Wow, that one came out great too. That gives you an idea how you can really decorate a table so creatively and so easy. And I'll just refresh people's memories on how to do it, because you just showed me. And so
Do you
it's,
have a cutter? A pizza cutter?
Yes.
Can you pass that to me?
Here we go.
you take a circle and you flatten it. And then the first one, roll. So that is the center. And then everything thereafter,
You gotta make like a U shape.
right. And press it down first, and then just take and bend it at
Yep.
the bottom, and then tip it out a little bit, like so. And the more you do it, the easier, like the first one I
Yeah.
did,
It gets easier. Once you
right, and I find that I'm doing this one a little tighter. So there's that,
Yep.
like so. And then you continue around with another 4 or 5,
Yep.
cut the base, and there you have it. That's even pretty with one little bud.
Yeah.
And these I love. Oh, she's making minis. Here, I'm going to try, see if I cut it. You cut it into a square, and then take and pinch the centers like so. Take your fingers and push in, and there. And I bet you don't even have to cut it. You can even,
Yeah, and
Pull.
put the
Just-
flour in the middle.
just push it right around. But this is coming off very easily, and there are 2 beautiful leaves. It's amazing how big these are. I thought I made a small square, so I can see why you're making them so small for the cupcakes. So just remember, when you do the cupcakes, you make a mound
Yeah.
with frosting. Okay, the very last segment is this beautiful tree
Yeah.
with floral buds. And I wanted you to show the folks how you prepared these buds
Yeah.
and why they're curled. How did you do it?
We used the plate, the curve on the edge of the plate to hold the flour back.
Hold that up to the camera so they can see how you...
The edges, we dried them, so when they dry, it'll have a nice curve.
Yeah.
So, now they look fabulous. Okay. That's good.
So now they're all dried, hardened, and you're applying them with
Water.
water. Okay, let's see what you do.
Okay, so we left a couple
Blank spots.
or let's say some beauty marks on the cake so we could cover them up, you know. And they stick easily with water too, so that's the good thing. Even if it's been refrigerated too.
Really?
Yeah.
Put one on this side right here.
Now you did some pipe decorating around the base.
Yeah. To give a grass effect.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put one right here.
Okay, slide.
Again, this is another 2-layer cake, pre-frosted, and this was frozen in
Yeah.
good order for this show, and now you're adding.
A couple more flowers.
And Natalia, when you did the coloring, what did you use?
I used egg yolk and food coloring.
Yep.
It actually worked really well.
A few drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then you mix it together and.
A
You just
little goes a
paint it
long way.
on. You just painted it on.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay,
See,
I'm gonna
it's
put one
nice
in
that you're adding the curled effect
here. Yeah.
because
Makes it look more real.
it gives it more dimension. I knew you were going to fill in all those little cracks.
Yeah.
It looks good.
And it's okay to mess up because you're just gonna cover it.
That's right. That's right. It's like a painting.
Yep.
Now let me ask you, out of all these things that you did today on the show, what project did you enjoy the most?
Well, I think that this one was the best because we put all our ideas together.
That's right.
And then we made the tree from scratch, which was pretty cool.
That's right.
Do you wanna try to stick
And
this
you
one on
use
there?
those.
Nope. Yeah.
You use those little pearl. Those
Yeah,
little
edible,
pearl.
Edible pearls.
Right.
Oh, one. Yeah, right there.
Yep. What about right here where I just tried?
Nope. There we go.
Put one right here.
This one's starting its own family over here, Natalia.
Wow.
Brady Bunch.
I was watching them prepare this, and
Yeah.
you were so intent
Yeah.
on every strip, and Natalia just systematically went along like an assembly line and got all the flowers ready. It was great. You're right, that did come out great.
Yeah.
I have to say that I enjoyed making the rosettes.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that you showed me how to do something very creative.
Let's see. I want one right here.
There's too many flowers right there.
Maybe one can
Okay.
drop off on the bottom like it drops off a tree,
Oh yeah, true. True that.
you know?
There we go. Oh no, that's not too true. But you know what?
The bottom towards. One more last little flower.
No, put it right there.
And then
Dab
maybe you can tip it to show everyone the top without it maybe having anything fall off. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, I have to say it's been a pleasure having
Yeah.
both of you on the show.
fun.
Thank you.
You are terrific.
Thank
You're a
you.
credit to the Culinary Arts Department at Northeast. And I hope everyone ventures to try the fondant. Don't forget, the recipe is on YouTube. And if you have any questions or would like the recipe from me, it's glowmez@verizon.net. Thank you so much for joining us. See you.